built a 3.3 kilometer TBM tunnel, and adding on top of this 1 kilometer of NATM tunnel and some 1.5 kilometer of cut and cover tunnels, totaling around 5.4 kilometer undersea pass for car traffic. And in this project, the difficulty is the combination of conditions. This is not the largest tunnel in the world, but it's one of the largest. At the time of the conception, this was number 6 tunnel in the world. And also, it's not the largest tunnel, it's not the deepest tunnel, but it's number 2 deepest tunnel. And the geology is very erratic. We are going through hard rock, then going into soft sediments, and then going into hard rock again. So the combination of this changing geology, very deep tunnel with high water pressure, and also the large diameter, coupled with earthquake risk, because we are only 15 kilometers away from one of the most active fault lines in the world, the North Anatolian Fault, which is capable of generating 7.5 Richter scale earthquakes. So the combination of this makes it a very challenging engineering project, and it is also a very important bit of infrastructure for Istanbul, because it's connecting the European and Asian sites through a navigable sea channel, which is more than 1 kilometer wide in most places. So it's not very easy to put a bridge across this strait, let alone put a tunnel. And where we crossed, this was like 3 kilometers of sea over the tunnel. So all these factors make it a very interesting, very challenging project. Very important in the project is the safety of the users, because having a 5 kilometer long tunnel with car traffic in it presents some challenges in ventilation and fire safety and dealing with emergencies, because you cannot evacuate the people into the sea. You have to take precautions so that we have 2 decks, and 1 deck serves as the safety for the other deck, for example. Of course, the Bosphorus Strait divides Europe and Asia, and as such, the trade routes that are going through, coming from Europe and going into Asia, is passing through Istanbul. And keeping good connectivity across the Istanbul's Bosphorus Strait is very important for Turkish economy and also global economy. And Turkish government has been dealing in certain ways with this challenge. And we have now 3 bridges across the Bosphorus and 1 tunnel. And there is another tunnel which serves for the railway only. And our tunnel serves more the domestic or intra-city traffic, because we are letting only cars use this tunnel because of the life safety challenges that this tunnel presents under the sea, the small diameter and 3 kilometers under the sea. So that forces us to allow only small traffic, cars and minibuses into the tunnel, and that means we are serving the intra-city traffic. We are adding capacity to the possibility of crossing the Bosphorus. It's an international route is the 3rd bridge, which is on the other end of the northern end of the Bosphorus, and this one serves actually the transit traffic through Istanbul. Mostly heavy trucks and lorries and freight traffic. I mean, we are very happy that IRF'S found our project worthy of an award. We are very grateful to their consideration, and we did spend a lot of engineering efforts to make this a success. It was a very difficult project. We did do a lot of studies, engineering studies, geological studies, to make sure that we had the right kind of machine to cross the Bosphorus, and we made sure that we had all the preparations for all the contingencies which we might encounter during the construction stage. So we are very glad that our efforts were rewarded and recognized by IRF. And we use many new technologies in our tunnel. Our tunnel machine is a very advanced machine, which also helped develop these technologies further. If we did this tunnel maybe 10 years ago, we wouldn't have access to some of the technologies that we used in this time, and the time for the completion of the tunnel would have been much longer. The very special technologies we used while building this tunnel, for example, being able to change these cutters and the scrapers on the face without going in front of the machine, actually changing them from inside the machine. This technology was not available 10 years ago, and it would have probably doubled the construction time. We finished boring of the tunnel in 70 weeks, 490 calendar days. This includes all of the stops and all of the holidays and maintenance. And it was a really fast-paced project that would not have been possible maybe 10 years ago.